Proper rearing of sheep is very important if we want good quality wool. The quality and quantity of the wool depends upon the breed of sheep. Some breeds of sheep have only a coat of fine hair while others have coarse hair. Sheep are selectively bred to get offspring with desired characteristics. This process is called selective breeding. Once the reared sheep have developed a thick growth of hair, hair is shaved off for getting wool. Processing fibers into wool. The processing of fibers into wool involves the following steps. Number 1, shearing. Number 2, scouring. Number 3, sorting. 4th, cleaning of burrs. 5th, dyeing of wool. 6th, rolling of wool. Number 1, shearing. Shearing is the process in which the fleece of the sheep or other wool yielding animal along with the thin layer of skin is removed from its body. Shearing is done by hand shear or by electrically driven shear. This process is similar to shaving of beards or hair. The sheep is about 14 months old. It is sheared for the first time. Sheep are sheared once a year. The fleece recovered from a sheep can weigh between 6 and 18 pounds. Sheep shearing is also considered a sport with competitions held around the world. World's largest shearing related contest is held in Variappa district, New Zealand.
In this photograph, you can see that a person is involved in removing the fleece of the sheep by an instrument.
Shearing is avoided in the winter so as to allow the sheep to keep itself warm with its thick coat of hair. Usually hairs are removed during the hot weather because in hot weather sheep do not need their protective coat of hair to keep them warm. If shearing is done in winter season, the sheep would die due to the severe cold. Just like a haircut, shearing does not hurt the sheep because only the upper layer of fur is removed from the sheep without hurting the skin. The uppermost layer of the skin of sheep is usually dead. However, the shearing process requires skill so that the shearing is done efficiently and quickly without causing cuts or injury to the sheep or shearer. While sheep will naturally shed their coarse winter coats by scratching their bodies against trees and rubbing away their extra fluff as the weather warms up. Scouring. The wool removed from sheep is known as raw wool or greasy wool. This wool contains sheep's dead skin, dried, sweat, grease, and vegetable matter from the animal's environment, dust, dirt. Scouring means the process of cleaning the greasy wool. Scouring may be done with the help of hot soapy water or it may be complicated process using detergent and alkali in specialized equipment. Nowadays, scouring is done by machines.
In this photograph, you can see that the old method of scouring fleece is being used. You can also see here the latest machines which are involved in scouring of fleece.
Sorting. After scouring, sorting is done. Some part of the sheep coat have better hair than the other. The best quality of wool comes from the shoulders and sides of the sheep and is used for clothing, and the less quality comes from the lower legs and is used to make rugs. The clean hairy skin is sent to a factory where hair of different textures, colors and quality are separated or sorted. The people who separate different textured hair in a factory get infected by bacterium anthrax and the disease is called sorter disease.
In this photograph, you can see that a large number of persons are involved in this sorting of wool. And these are the persons who may suffer with the sorter disease or which is called anthrax disease due to the bacteria which is called anthrax.
Step 4. Cleaning of burrs. The small fluffy fibers called burrs are then removed from the hair. In our sweater, burrs also appear. The fibers are scoured again and dried. This is the wool ready to be drawn into fibers. Step 5. Dyeing of wool. The natural fleece of sheep and goats is black, white, or brown in color, so the fibers are dyed in various colors. Step 6. Rolling of wool. The fibers are straightened, combed, and rolled into yarn. The longer fibers are made into wool for sweaters, and the shorter fibers are spun and woven into woolen clothes. The processing of fiber into wool can be represented as follows. First step is shearing, which means removal of fleece from the body. Second step is scouring, in which skin with fur is washed. Scoring is followed by sorting, in which hair of different texture is separated. Then small fluffy fibers called burrs are cleaned. Fifth step is dyeing of wool in different colors. After dyeing, the fibers are straightened, combed, and rolled into yarn. Occupational hazard. Wool industry is an important means of livelihood for men. Wool industry is an important means of livelihood for many people in our country. But sorter's job is risky, as sometimes they get infected by bacterium anthrax, which causes a fatal blood disease called sorter disease. Such risks faced by workers in any industry are called occupational hazards. Anthrax or sorter disease is a rare infectious disease caused by the bacterium Bacillus anthracis. It occurs naturally in soil and commonly affects domestic and wild animals around the world. People can get sick with anthrax if they come in contact with infected animals or contaminated animal products. Anthrax can cause severe illness in both humans and animals. Symptom onset occurs between 1 day and more than 2 months after the infection is contracted.
In this photograph, you can see that a person is suffering from anthrax disease.
Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.